Yo, what's up? It's me, Leprodoors. Today I'm going to be making an add-on for, as we know, the Gnomecode RPG series. So this is my own RPG. I've kind of built it on my own. That's why the quality kind of sucks. I probably have to go on Blender and suffer for a few hours for that, but I'm not gonna be doing that. So the reason why I clicked on this video is to get some stats done on your game. For example, more health. So obviously I'll just be doing more health today, and maybe I'll be considering adding defense and so on afterwards. So first thing you want to do is head to ServerScriptService. You go into your data profile store template, which you should normally have this. Then you add in a stats table equals to a table, obviously. I mean, who didn't think about that? And inside of there, you're gonna add something like one key. I'm pretty sure only one key. I don't know. I'm getting pinged. Just right back. Alright, so we're here. So obviously we have everything here, and inside of here, so this is gonna be the first key, which is going to be health. So obviously you don't want to name it health because otherwise it's gonna get kind of confusing. Or I guess just name it however your stat will be. Like if it's I don't know, strength or defense, like Lockswords for example, which has, I think its health is defense, I'm pretty sure, or something like that. Then you add in one value, which is going to be actual, equals to like 100, obviously. Then you're gonna add another value, and that is the price, so the cost. You probably want to set this to 1 or 2. And then you want to add in another value, increments by. And that is going to be equals to how much you want it to increment by for each upgrade that happens. Say you want it to increment by 30, then you just put 30. Now obviously this is going to be a simple template. I don't want to go too deep into this, so you can do it yourself too. Great, so now that we've done this, let's just actually do a bit of GUI, and so I can just literally drag it around because I have this unit conversion, which is absolutely useful. I think it's a not paid one, so normally I'll put it down in the description. Either way, let's get to designing some GUI. Since I've started GUI, you have all these strange GUIs normally. Before even starting, I just want to say that if you didn't finish Gnomecode series, you should totally go finish it, because here I'm talking with all the scripts that we already have. So this is going to be stats. Put in just one local script for now. Call this like what, stat client or stats client, or however you want to call it. Then you put in one frame, and this is going to be the main frame. So with whatever color palette you have, this is going to be like a container or something. You know, nothing. Okay, I don't even know how to write. Container. There you go. So I was saying just drag it around because, yeah, but I'll give you approximately sizes and positions. So I think stats should be something around this. So I'll just go to unit conversion, and I'll show you why this is useful. If you go to position, this is normally scaled already, but if I want to put it to offsets, that's what it does. I just scale it. Then I can just scale the size up, because right now this is only dragged around, so it's just a pixels value here. By the scale, and kaboom. Now this is the exact same thing for every device. I'm just gonna add in one UI corner, put a background transparency of like, actually no, let's keep it opaque. Let's keep it opaque. I'm gonna give it a pretty deep blue color, and let's just make it like 0.25. You know, you can see a bit through it. Not too transparent and translucent, but still pretty good. Then I guess you want to do like a UI stroke to get that nice little outline in the rounds, so now that makes it a bit better. Then inside of here, and add the text label. You can do whatever you want for the properties. I'll just first of all enable text scaled. I'll choose like a font italic like this, and no, let's go with Oswald. Honestly, I kind of like that. Then just call this stats. Background transparency 1. You don't want to see that. I'll just scale it up. I'll just give it a scale in a second. So this is the scales. Then so just position that. I'll just scale the position too, because why not? This is a position to the frame. This is just gonna be something random, so I can just call it like I don't know, info txt or something like that. Since obviously this isn't the real one. Then we put another frame inside of that. And this is going to be the container frame for all of your stats. So we called like stats frm. Then we put scale to the size. This is the size. And let's just scale it. Then we can put in one template first of all. So first, I'll just put the background transparency to 1 before we do anything else. Now, we can just do this, or whatever you want to do. I guess you can put in a UI struct to make it look nice. And now this, I guess we can use something not too crazy, but so you can keep the same color palette, or you could just go with a UI grading green for health. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's okay. That's just kind of stupid, but okay. Let's just go with like this one or something for now. I don't see any interest in changing that, so I guess we can name this health. Instead of that, put a UI corner, make it look nicely rounded up. Text label. Actually, for this one, before we continue, we can put a text X alignment to the left. Then for text label, we can do the same thing, because, I mean, come on, that just looks cleaner. Turn on text scaled. For font, I think we might as well just go with Fredoka one for this time. This is going to be health. This is going to be stat name or stat txt or whatever you want to name it. If you want to keep it the same style that Gnomecode did, I guess I'll just keep it like this: stat txt. Now background transparency 1. Alright, we still have unit conversion on. There we go. So I think it's Autoscale Lite, but that's whatever. Just make it a bit smaller, and this is great. Now we just copy this, and we're just gonna make it slightly smaller, because this is going to be the current, not the actual txt. No, the actual health txt. More logic. And put like current 100 or something like that. And then you can put in a text button. Put it all the way over there. You can put this a scale. You know, basically what I'm doing is just I'm taking a new text button, so you don't need to do anything too crazy. Obviously plugin is down in the description, so y'all can use it. Let's see, should we use this? I think we can, yeah. Or we can use the exact same color. I'll use the UI stroke to make it look a bit different, but since this isn't contextual into the border, there you go. Now that looks a bit better for now. Scaled. Fine. Let's change a bit and let's go for a remo. Upgrade. Going a bit for this cool style. There you go. And then instead of the stats frame, since right now this is like this, you know, it's not great, and the more you copy, it's just gonna stay over it. Can add in a UI list layout. Now I don't know what happened to it, but see how I just got there? Yeah. So add in a padding of like 8 or something, you know, just offsets. It's not much, but that should just do a job. So then horizontal alignment, center. I guess you can keep it like this because that's, yeah, 3 stats. If you need more, you can just add a scrolling frame for stats frame. And you can use a UI table layout, but that's a whole other thing. I'm not covering that. Then instead of container, we just do this. This is gonna be oh wait, no, we can just copy the info.txt. And instead of info.txt, we can put it like statPoints.txt. statPoints. And you're gonna set it to 3 or something. Usually the player would have 0 at the start. And so then inside, so this is our UI. There's just, I guess, from our pop-up or something. Take that button close from it. I know, kind of lazy, but that's still gonna, it's still gonna do the job. So, and if you want to design your own, be free to feel free to do so. I'm not gonna stop you to do that. So this is our UI. I know it's alright, I guess. I mean, I know you could do clearly way better than me. I didn't use any UI gradients because it's being overspammed nowadays, but yeah. So inside of template, now you add a stat points equals 0. And inside of replicated storage, inside of your remotes, you're gonna add in a on level up, which I already have here. I don't know why I didn't delete this one, but I actually already tried doing this before, so on level up, you can put one new. I guess I'll just do it with you real quick. Remote event inside of your remotes on level up. There you go. And now what you need to do is inside of that. Now either you can use a bindable event, connect it, and whenever inside of your level the level updates, well, then you can fire off something else. But we're not gonna do that because that's client XP. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for stats here. So let's get a hold of replicated storage. Replicated storage equals to game. Okay, bro. Game : get service replicated storage. Local, oh no, we can just reference it like any other stuff. So now local player equals to game.players.local player. Get the GUI in there. And so now we can use a bit of tweening here if we want, but that's kind of optional. So stick till the end of the video so I can actually show you how to do the tweenings. But I mean, by now, if you've already completed the series, I think you should know a bit about tweening, should you? So then we can get the leader stats. Oh wait, no, we can just get that instead of that stuff. So local function, I don't know, like open GUI or something. I guess, yeah, we can just set like GUI dot container dot visible equals true. That's just literally all we're gonna do. I mean, I know it's not much, but that should still do it. Oh, but we still didn't set it correctly. So position 0.5, anchor points 0.5. How can I forget that? All right, so now this is gonna be a little bit of a annoying thing because we're gonna have to add in a whole new GUI. So either we can do this with a bindable or we can just do this inside of stats. So I guess if we add in one small button, it wouldn't hurt, but that would still be extremely annoying. So how do we do this? I mean, since we don't want the players to be like, I don't know, running through the whole entire map, like imagine they're there. Imagine they're like inside of here, which is an undone area of the game. Imagine they're literally here and they get a new level. I mean, you don't want them to like run all the way back to an NPC, like friendly Fred over here, just to like get some GUI done or get some upgrades. So I guess we can just do something like this. I hate doing this because then that just fills your screen, and it's also kind of annoying for mobile players and console players, and you know what I mean. But sometimes you don't have a choice. So let's see. I guess color, UI stroke. Keep it a. Yeah, I think this color looks nice. If you just put it around the borders. There you go. Just set thickness like 3. And the background color, set to this. Look at that. Now I got stats in here. This is gonna be like stats button or something. I guess we can set a size to a more squarish because I don't like that. My bad. Just coughing real badly. I didn't want y'all to kind of hear that. Yeah, because I don't like disturbing you guys' video that I'm supposed to make. So this is what we have. Now, obviously, you can go on and, well, for your future things, such as, like, I don't know, you want to open the shop, you can add a shop button, but that's a whole other system. I won't be getting into that. So, yeah, I guess shrink it down to this. There you go. And now that's good. Wow. Okay, I really had to open documentation in the middle of the video. Whatever, just a mistake. So now we have this button, but if we go inside of Roblox Studio real quick, we see nothing happens. Don't ask for the level. I mean, obviously nothing is gonna happen because why would anything happen if we didn't code it in? So instead of saying constantly visible, we can set equals to not GUI.container.visible. So basically players can just open and close it with just this exact same button, which that's great. And now say GUI dot, hold up, let me just close okay, storage. So GUI dot stats, not GUI dot stats button dot activated, or I guess mouse button one click or whatever you want to set it to, connect that into a function. I guess we can just go and connect it to OpenGUI. It's as easy as that, dude. Alright, then inside of container, since we do actually have something else, and that is the hold up, this is the upgrade. So now that we have all of this, I have a button close in there, so GUI dot container dot stats frame dot health dot upgrade button dot activated connect this to another function, like I don't know, simple function like local function close GUI, you know what I mean. And yeah, it's as simple as that, really. So just a close GUI here, and that's perfect. So right now, if we just go and test it out, you know, it's not gonna be the greatest thing ever, but it still does the job. You know, we still got this. Nothing's happening here though, which is kind of annoying. Okay, so did I just name it wrong or something? Oh. Must have done. Okay. Wow. Wow, y'all. We gotta congratulate me for my stupidity right there. Button close on dot stats frame. Wait, dot container dot. Yeah, we really gotta congratulate me for my stupidity right there. So now obviously whenever we have all of this, we probably wanna not set reset on spawn. Let's just go test this out real quick. I know this is taking a very long time, but just stick with me because it's worth it. So now we have all of this. Great. See, but we can't upgrade. We don't have the stat points that come in. So, how about we ask them to the server? So, how about we just add in another remote event? This is gonna. I know there's a lot of remote events, and it's kind of bad, but I mean, most games take a lot of remote events, so that's fair enough. Let's see. So we have. Right. We need a stat. On stat upgrade. You know, pretty simple itself. And then we're gonna add in a new folder. I know this is gonna sound kind of confusing, but trust me. We're gonna name this functions because we're gonna need one to return. Since we're gonna need one to return the stat points and everything like that. So we can set a get I don't know, like, oh wait, no, we don't even need a functions. What am I on about? Huh? Get stat info. Wow. Am I really that stupid? I just created another. Alright, whatever. Ignore what I said. Instead, we're gonna go straight towards our data manager. And inside of all of this, you know, we have all these things. Well, all these functions right under, like, here. So this is technically still XP. Data manager dot reward. I don't know. Stat points. Obviously, we need a player because that's mandatory, and we don't technically need an amount because like you're not gonna get 10,000 points for something. So then, we say like local profile equals to data manager dot profiles player. You know, if not profile, then return end. You know what I mean. Then we're gonna go to profile.data.statPoints, or however you named it, because I named it statPoints, and I would just want to say plus equals 1. You know, pretty simple. Now, obviously, you could just set an amount, but that's just me. Yep. Then I guess we can say a function data manager dot I don't know, like remove stat points player. Just copy this, but instead you require an amount here. Instead of plus equals, it's minus equals amount. Then we can set another function, and this is going to be for the health. So this is going to be pretty much, we're going to get the cost, because right now what we have is the stat points, and stat points, this would be the currency, you know, this would be the stat currency pretty much, if you want to know what I mean. So you just pay 1 point, aka the cost, to upgrade it by increments by, and then update the actual to add this increments by value, and just update the health of the player. That sounds logical? Yeah, I hope it does, because I know I sound kind of confusing sometimes, so here we go. Alright. Function data manager dot update stat player stat. So you know, yeah, I mean, come on, man, it was kind of right. So now we set the, so then I guess we can take the data manager dot remove stat points. But before we do this, first of all, we get in the player. But now what we do is we get the stat. So like local stat to upgrade equals to profile.data dot stats and stat if not stat to upgrade, then return end. So this is something. So this, technically there is, well, if not stat, then we're gonna say that stat to upgrade is profile.data.stats.health. You know, it's pretty simple. And inside of here, we say stat to upgrade dot cost. You know, and then we are supposed to get the character, that player, and all that. So column player, just type checking. You know, makes my life easier. So then, once we have removed these stat points, since we don't want the players to obviously abuse all this, well, what am I doing? I'll go character equals to player.character, or if for some reason they just respawned, or player.character added :wait. Pretty simple. Then we get the humanoid. Local humanoid equals to player.character dot now find for child humanoid, and for some reason it's not working. Just do it recursive or something. Or never mind. Let's just keep it like this. So now, whenever we remove all this, we can set like humanoid dot max health equals to stat to upgrade dot actual. Stat dot actual. But before that, we need to, this is setting the max health to set upgrade value, yeah, to the new value. Humanoid dot health equals to humanoid dot max health. You know, don't want them to lose regen. And now we have all this, but we have to check if the stat is health, because you know, if stat to upgrade is not equals, if it's equals to health, then you know, and basically just set everything up like that. But now we need to set stat to upgrade dot actual, which is a number, plus equals to stat to upgrade dot increment by, which is what I meant by doing that. So so yeah, Now, if we do all of this, it's probably not gonna work since it's probably doodle. So just in case, well, inside of data, obviously, we need to set every single time inside of here. Every singular time we do something, we need to update the stat, but that's not gonna work because we still need the every stat. So how about we just get the stats? Yeah, that's stupid, isn't it? So for stat, I don't know, like stat info or something, in profile.data.stats do, and now what we just need to do is data manager dot update stat player stat. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So then we just update the stat, which is that. So obviously this is cool, you know, we have everything, but there's nothing that's triggering it. So inside of there, so we have to somehow get the player, or I guess we just do it through our remote event, but I mean, we don't really trust the client now, do we? I guess if we just do it inside of here. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Because while I can just fire it from here, it's saying like player.leaderstats.level.changed : connect that to function, and just fire it up to server. I mean, that's literally why you have an on level up. I'm so flippin' stupid now, am I? Player.leader stats. I know it's leader stats. All this level change : connect that to brand new function. We say replicated storage remotes.onLevel : fire server. Inside of data manager, say replicated storage remotes.onLevelUp : on server event : connect that to player. Bruh. Connect that to data manager reward statPoints. So this is that. Now this is one of the few things. Then we need to get those stat points and give them to the player. So how do we do that? That's a question, I guess. I'm totally not gonna, I'm totally not gonna do something dumb or something. You know what I mean? Let's see. Add gold. Yeah. Oh, by the way, just for reward XP, if you want, you can just copy this. Since this is pretty useful, because like whenever you get multiple, like hundreds of thousands of XP, and you want the player to constantly get them, then just do this, right? Until like it doesn't work. So now, if we were to go on and test this out, there's this one fair thing I gotta say. We're gonna have to grind it up. Yep. Oh, and we got an error. I caught that. On number and nil. Yep. Because remove stat points is nil. How could have I forgotten that? Amount is supposed to be a number. Or 1, if it doesn't work. Okay, still... Yep. Okay, so if we get it from like levels or something. Hold up, how about I just check the tree of the player to see like leader stats, gold level. How do I type it? Alright, it's a wait for child that we gotta do. Colon wait for child leader stats dot level dot changed. Right, now if we try this, either works, either doesn't. Well, I guess it's working. So if we do this, so you got 0 stat points. How about we try leveling up real quick? Don't mind me, I'm just gonna... Alright. Game.replicated storage dot like test dummy dot not colon clone dot parent equals workspace. Perfect. Now that's just gonna give us like 100 million XP, so okay. What? See? And obviously stat points aren't going up, but if we were to print like everything, let's see. I guess we could technically just print out every time inside the data, just like print profile.data.statPoints. Let's just leave because I don't got no time for this. So I guess we can just print toString just in case. Profile.data.statPoints. Normally it's supposed to be a number, but see, and we have 32 stat points. So now inside of data manager and just print like added a stat point or something like that. So now I have this. Just for closer XP, please. Alright, so now that I have this, then I guess we can print removed stat point, and inside of here we can print like updated health, else print not valid. Well, technically you'd want to warn here because it's actually pretty important that the player's stats aren't going through. Warn then like the requested stat does not exist. toString just in case. Stat to upgrade just in case it's like nil or something. And we can just say data manager dot reward stat points. You know, we want to refund the player because otherwise that sucks. Stat to upgrade dot cost. Perfect. So that's good. Now we need to remove a stat point whenever we're clicking on the button. So I know this is gonna be very simple, but now we have a local function inside of here. A new function, which, how can we call it actually? Local function upgrade or something. I don't know how to call them, man. And then we can use onStatUpgrade. So So out of here, GUI dot container dot health. Well, I mean, technically, while we can go through every single upgrade, like you can just loop through the containers, like GUI and all that, which I think could be more useful. Like it just could loop through everything. So for I button in pairs GUI dot container dot stats frame colon get descendants, obviously, do if button colon is a text button, then nice, and say like button dot activated colon connect into a function, which then we put upgrade, which will require obviously the stat name that will send through to the server. This will set the button.name. And let's see, so what will we need here? First of all, we need to fire off some replicated storage dot remotes dot on stat upgrade colon fire server with a stat name. Now this might not be the only parameter we'll need, but just in case, you know. Then I guess we could just use another value for stat points. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. So local stat points equals to instance dot now stat point IntValue. How do I keep on failing that? Stat points dot name equals to stat points. Well, technically we just want it like this, yeah. Stat points dot value equals to profile dot data dot stat points gold. Wait, no. Stat points dot parent equals to leader stats. And then what we can do here is player dot leader stats dot so, and since this is a spaced name, we do this stat points dot value minus equals amount or 1. Since this is how you do it normally, if you have a name weird with spaces. And now we can set the exact same thing there. I know I don't have copy paste, so I have to do it like this, but plus, not plus minus equals. What am I doing there? Uh-oh. Huh. There you go. So then the stat and the player. So then we can get replicated storage dot remotes dot on stat upgrade dot on server event colon connect that to data manager dot upgrade stat. And so we'll probably keep an eye out for warnings and errors, but not for now. And so since we have this, we're getting sent through the player automatically, and we also send the stat, which we're going to look through into our template, which we only have health in there. So, oh, wait, no, if we're using the button name, that's supposed to be health. You know why? Because we're using name. If we did a string.sub, then sure, I would actually accept it, but that's not really what we're doing here, so yep. Then player. Wait, how about we just get a reference of leader stats? leader stats equals to player colon wait for child leader stats. I guess we can say leader stats dot gy dot dot container dot statPoints txt dot text equals to leader stats dot. No, right, always like this. statPoints dot value. But we still need to do this. statPoints. Let's see if we get the text real quick. Right, you know, it's just literally like this. So, and since we have to do this after, hold up, I will be right back. Alrighty, sorry for making y'all wait. That's probably cut out. So, well, we have all this. How about we just test that out real quick? Yup. See? The requested stat does not exist. Right, so technically that's a 2-string, and 2-string just makes everything as a string. We don't want that. How about we just... Yep, see it? $205. Hold up, so if I go check my guy right now. Huh. Are they just somehow going instantly into... Yo, what? I don't know why it's doing that. That's really weird. Let's just keep the warnings. Everything else we can get rid of. Well, somehow we're getting twice the same error. Because this is 205. The health of our guy is not 205 for what I know. Well, come on. The health. So something is clearly wrong. We probably mistyped something. So because we clearly did a typo there. I don't know why we got 2 errors. Okay, so stat to upgrade. No. If stat to upgrade. So just no name conditions. If stat to name. Oh, yep. See, we got our health change right there. Yo, what? How do we? Huh? Okay, that's weird. That's not supposed to happen. How do we get 1.7 health? Okay, so actual is not supposed to be that. Actual is supposed to be this. Equals to the dot actual. Well, something is clearly wrong here, so we kind of got something wrong there, cause okay, because if we somehow got to 1.7 health, means we got something wrong. Did we do reconcile? You're not gonna tell me you forgot to reconcile. Reconcile. Well, normally we should be good, so let's see. Plus equals increments by. So normally this is supposed to be a number. How about we print humanoid.health? Now we should see some numbers in there. Yep, okay, so we got, I think we got something. I think we had something there. 235. Is that what it is though? No. Okay, it's at 1.8. Something is wrong there. I know it. How are we getting something like that? Cause that's wrong. I did not do anything like that, bro. Should I just reset my every stat just to try this out? Fine, I guess I will. So I'll just reset everything. Data dot template. I guess we have stats. I guess you just copy the contents of it. Just overwriting everything because something is clearly wrong. There you go. No, it should be good to go. Just hit play right now. I hate doing this, but let's see, we have 25, but if we leave and rejoin, it's just gonna update. Sorry if I'm keeping y'all for so long, it's just, it's not as easy as I thought it would. What? Okay, so we're still somehow updating, though we didn't click anything. Okay, I guess it's just safer if we do mouse button one click, because that's seriously getting to some problems. Equals to 0. So how are we still cranking? -2 stat points. See, it's still going. So something is wrong. I know that. Let's see. So we got -2 stat points. So that's not good. Huh. Okay. Should I just do something else? Because right now this is bad. How about we also check? Wait, first of all, whenever we're updating our stats. Oh, I know why. We're calling this for the every stat. Huh. Yeah, no wonder it's not. No wonder it's doing that. Okay, so somehow we still have a stat that's getting upgraded. That's weird. Who knew that the core of the problem? Okay, that's weird. I don't know why it's called Greg, but that's whatever. Now we have to block the player off. So like, we need to block the player from getting any upgrades. If a profile.data.statPoints is lesser than stat2upgrade dot cost, then turn end. Simple as that. Not enough points, return end. No, it shouldn't do anything unless we're somehow updating it. Unless we're somehow updating it still, but I'm doubting that. So now, if we were to set like inside our data, if we set our stat points to 5, we set our level to 5. You know, set it accurately. And we said like what 100 XP for it. Yeah, you know what I mean. Or I guess I can just do this. 1 and 0 or something. So I'll just give myself a stick. I'm just testing out the stuff, don't worry. Alright. Let's just kaboom. Alright, just go and get this guy. He's gonna give us a few levels at least. Yep, perfect. So we got 3 stat points. Now if we... Perfect! And so now if we just check out our bad boy, 190 health. Well, would you look at that? We've officially got some pretty great stats. That's not correctly updating. So that's whatever. Hey, it works! Yay! Now, how about we try this out for a second? Let's see. Does it work? Because I know it probably didn't save it. Yep. And right now, it's probably just absolutely crank down onto it. Okay, so you somehow got something wrong. Let's see, we still need a function, obviously, to update everything, because... So, function data manager dot setup. Set up stats, you know, since you're not going to be using that one. Since you don't want to use update step. And then we'll go through the profile, you know, exactly what it says here. If not profile, then return end. Then we'll get a data of the profile. Data equals to profile.data. Profile.data. Local stats equals to data dot stats. Then we get the local upgrade. Then we get local. I don't know, like. Wait, no, we don't need anything, do we? Yeah. And since we keep on overriding, that's not a good idea, but you know what I mean. I think we all know what I meant by, you know, overriding all of it, but now if we can select that, then we'll say, wait, no, we can just loop through the stats, profile.data.stats for I, data info in data do, if not data.actual, then we'll continue, and we'll say, well, let's just say a reference to player character humanoid. Now if this is going to run very early on, this might just error, but you know, probably do wait for child now. I know, but this is just safer. So if data info, which data info, if data info, hold up, if data info equals to health, then I'm gonna set this, yep, there we go, dot health equals to humanoid dot max health, and then we can just call this inside of the game. So then we get data manager dot set up stats player. Great. Now if we just do this, obviously probably nothing is gonna work, but let's just still check. Okay, so nothing works obviously for obvious reasons. Just go on get test dummy in here because there we go. I need XP. Alright, sir. Alright, perfect. So I have some kind of XP. I don't know how we have 8 stat points though. Kaboom. Kaboom. Okay, so something went wrong. Now I know that. How about we reset the stat points to 0? Wait, oh! Yeah, no wonder we're breaking it. Perfect, now we leave. Data. There we go. And now we do this. Alright. Now let's just run the code. That permits to get some kind of XP. Get over here. Absolute smacked. And so see we have 3 stat points. We upgrade once, upgrade twice, upgrade 3 times. Now we check our health. We have 190 health. Check the server just in case. Just see if it's still working. It's no shady editing tricks here. You want to see it by yourself. If we leave, normally it should print it out for us. So how about inside of data manager, just to make sure, we'll print health humanoid dot max health. Kaboom. Now, if we go into health, oh, right, I don't know how to type. I don't know if that's supposed to save, but like, okay, so we still got it wrong. Thought we were setting it. That's whatever, I guess. Let's see. I thought it would have been done by now. That's whatever. So once we have this, data.stats, wait for child humanoid. How about find for child? Find first. First child. Well, actual. It's probably not how we typed it, so just in case. As I know that can probably not work. Not data, then print, not then warn, no data, return end. Normally this should work though. Wait, how about we add in just something a little extra? Stat name, just in case. So I don't need to struggle myself. And now you just do this. Instead, if we do this now, health 190. We check our humanoid here. 190. This is great. What a great day for society. I have officially created stats inside of Gnomecode's own RPG series. Oh, this is great. Let's just kill that guy so we can get a bit more stat points in there. Kaboom! More stat points, more. I need more stat points, boy. Wow. So now we have 5 stat points and just absolutely invest them. Anything health related is gonna update. Okay, so this is broken. I guess it's not gonna let me upgrade. Okay, something wrong on the client side, I guess. Get descendants too. Then upgrade. How about we print? So print updated, and just in here, clicked. You know what I mean? Just in case. So it's still 190, so that's good. It's not saying updated or anything like. Oh, I clicked and updated. Are we receiving this remote event on the server? I don't think so. So here, update stat. If it's less than this is still nothing there. Let's check warnings. Okay, no warnings. I would have probably caught it on, but I'm really sorry, by the way, for keeping y'all so long. I'm just trying to figure out what is wrong here. Well, nothing is there. So, oh, am I for real right now? I'm just calling the exact same thing. Wow. I'm really that stupid, am I? So so since this is actually working, then we need to let's see. So if there is a stat to upgrade, well then else warn. I mean, we're not getting any warnings, so something is clearly flopping here. How about we print updated? It's up all the way here. Print just my little brother had to cut earlier, and sorry for that. What's the keybind? Never mind. Print data manager update stats, just to know where it comes from. Update stat. Received upgrade request for stat to string stat, just in case it's nil. So normally we should be seeing something, you know. Okay, so we somehow updated the health again. Great, it works. So if we leave and then we rejoin, see, it's obviously setting, it's obviously saving it. 340. Now, just to see it, I'm not pranking you around. Let's get the I'll be right back, y'all. Sorry. Alright, my bad. I'm back. So as you can see, a orc does 200 damage. Since we have 300 health, we can just go to an orc. I know that sounds stupid, but trust me on this one. So yep, let's just go there. I don't need that though. Bruh. I'm gonna stop searching stuff because I don't need that. Yeah, whoa, I'm dragging myself. What an exploit. I'm an exploiter. Oh no. So I'm totally not using Roblox's built-in system to drag myself. And normally the average player can't tank this, they only have 100 health. So yeah, let's just see how this goes. And that's one hit. Perfect. So that shows us that the system is correct. Now how about we add in some sound effects and some tweens, because you know, otherwise it's gonna kind of suck, as we all tell it to be. What? Oh, just my screen that's bugging out. Huh. Funny. Well, this is great. Yes, we got stats. Now, how about we add in some, first of all, sound effects. So, let's add data manager. Okay, replicate storage. Remote. Bruh. Remotes dot notify colon fire client. Player. Well, I guess we're just gonna finish off with this. Because so we need some client feedback and all that. So, sorry if I'm not talking much because it's really late. I think I'm gonna go. Don't worry, it's not the end of the video. You're still gonna have a few minutes before I finish it. Upgraded stat. Upgraded the stat. I'm gonna set in a color 3.no. Oh no. There you go. And so just do this. They're 40 health. You know, we're a little tank by now. They're probably. I'll test them in there. Yep. All right. 360 combo. Alright. Okay. Yep. Okay. I don't know how Fred clipped through that, or whoever he is. Josh. I don't know how that guy clipped through it. I'm pretty sure. Clicked updated. Okay, so we're not getting the update. Okay, so I guess something is definitely wrong because 1 time out of 2 works. So it's somehow not firing to the server. Colon connect that to. Okay, something is definitely weird. Let's just try like. No. Then we print. Hold up. Let's just remove this. Then print no profile. So this is technically a bit more of a serious case, and just do this. We're not getting the warn, so we're clearly returning before that. Let's try again. Say, yep, alright, so it works. Say, not enough points. And so normally, we just comboed. We're just absolutely killing them. We're just grinding some points. Now we add in the stats. And that's perfect. So yeah. I will go. Don't worry, video not finished. I'm just gonna go to sleep. So, yep. I'll probably be right back in a few seconds for you, but for me it's in around 8 hours. So, bye. And to whoever's seeing this, if it's extremely late to you, I'm just gonna give you a little tip. Go to sleep, bro. It's not worth it. It's not worth staying up low-key. So yeah, be right back in just a few seconds. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed so far. Well, alright, I'm back, and let's see. So yesterday when I was awake, pretty much, we did all that. I don't know why. Alright, it was just for XP. Either way, so we had all of this, but we didn't have anything of too crazy. So, first of all, dot stat name, there you go. And if we test this out, we still have our health, which is there, and yeah, so this is great. Now we can take 2 hits. And so yeah, that's pretty much I think what we had done yesterday. Bro got cooked. Let's your stat points go up. Okay. Wow. Now we go into stats. And we actually have to still make this update whenever it changes the stat points. So instead of relying on the upgrade function, instead of like constantly relying on this function, we can instead go on and like update my bad. There's just some, yeah. So basically we have this first of all, ngY.container.statPoints frm.health.actualhealth.txt equals to current, and then I guess we can just go on and do current okay, character. No, I mean I guess we still have that, so let's just get a reference of the character in there. Local character equals to player.character or player.character added : wait. Perfect. Now I can say character : child humanoid dot max health. There you go. Then we call this update function, which is just going to update everything. Perfect. Now since we don't update it the first time, we still need to destroy an NPC right there. There you go. That was a cool move. See, so you have everything that updated because we actually already ran the function. see, because when we create it, it's set to 0 normally whenever you create something, a new int value, and when you set the value, it changes from 0, which that fires this function. That updates properly. Well, statPoints clearly isn't working, but okay. I guess something is wrong. Wait, no, I just reference leader stats instead of this. Leader stats.level.changed. Leader stats statPoints.value. Okay. This is only doing this when the level changes, and now when like something else changes, we need to say leader stats dot, let's see, leader stats dot leader stat points dot changed colon connect that to update. Well, this is great. So now if we get that, then it should be good. Okay. We'll just spawn in another one. I know I shouldn't be doing this, like I should just directly put it inside a workspace, but after I just gotta put it back and replicate it, because if the game gets ever published, you know, that's just bad. Okay, and now and so see, it actually updates. Oh, this is great. Now how about we give it some feedback for like everything else. Let me just copy this line, because sure, we'll warn it to us, but just in case if the player is an exploiter, we'll just let them know the stat doesn't exist. So I cooked does not exist. Stat to upgrade.stat name, call it 3.new. Because say there's like an exploiter that's trying to exploit the game, well then yeah. Stat to upgrade, and I guess I'm just set the player dot user ID, so we can directly ban them. But that's just optional. You shouldn't be doing that. It's just for me, so you don't need to do that. Don't worry. Let's see. Then print. Well, then we just want to do this. Do not have enough points for well, normally, yep, so this should be good to go. Now let's just try, you know. Okay, I don't know why it's taking longer than usual, but sure, I guess it's like that. Okay, wow, it's really taking longer than usual. That's not normal. And how can I be stuck like this? Alright, bro. Oh. Okay, it's kind of loading. I don't know why we're kind of shooting out and lag, but yeah, that took a long while to load. Let's just get out of there. My bad. Alright. Health 730. And if we try. Wow. Right. Because this won't always call, we just gotta call the update for first time. not as good. You do not have enough points for health, and it's gonna spam me up with errors. Well, there we go. I guess that's how you make some simple stats, mainly for health. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. But before we finish, actually, I just remembered we had to do some tweens. Had to show y'all how to do some simple tweening. So get tween service. Then you can create a tween info. .5. No, actually 0.75 for duration. And all the others are technically not needed, because we're not gonna need to like repeat it over and over again. So I'm just gonna just use the time. But if you wanna make it customized, then just go ahead. But I'll just keep mine like this, you know. And instead of this, we're gonna have to tween service : create gui.container ti tween info. Alright, now it has to be tween info, or you can just call it ti if you want. So here you go, tween info. And for properties, position equals to utum2.fromScale, and just set it to, I mean it's literally this. So there you go. And then to storage I'll just set the position of our stats to be visible, but the position will be 1.5. So now we just do this again, and instead of setting it to visibility, just tween it instead. Boom. Perfect. Let's just test this out to see if the tweenings work, or the tweens. I don't know why I'm calling it tweening. What a stupid error from me. Okay, there are some problems if it takes so long to load, but that's whatever. See? Perfect. Now that doesn't work, so yeah. So we need to make it that if there are the stats, then yeah. Let's just add the debounce. I know that sounds stupid, but if db equals false, then else, I said db equals true, else, yeah, I guess I'll just take whatever the AI says. And then we task.wait tween info .time before setting debounce to false. Perfect. Well, that works normally. And I can just do if debounce and if not debounce, but that's whatever. Perfect, so it works. Alright, well, we've got stats, we've got reports. It doesn't work, but for some reason it's not working right now. Whatever, I guess it's still fine. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll probably be making more add-ons for the RPG series, such as maybe a new kind of weapons, I don't know, like bows or long range, and we'll be able to add it to our stats, such with a new thing like, I don't know, like power, and that power is for bows or something like that. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video from the start to the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe before we get to the next one. And yeah, if you guys actually enjoyed this, I'm glad, because it did take a while to do. So thank you very much for thing by, and I wish y'all a goodbye.